if you are somebody that's craving sugar a lot and you just started something like either keto or the carnivore diet, just know that for the first 2 weeks, those are going to be the worst. If you can make it past those first 2 weeks, just be really strict those first 2 weeks, and then it's going to get a whole lot easier. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another Carnivore Q&A. Steven here with Team U4Work, and today's question comes from a Carnivore Diet for Beginners group on Facebook. Remember, had recently asked, who here has gotten rid of sugar addiction? Well, I have, and I didn't even realize that I had it at the time. But for those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that back in 2010, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and that is really when my whole mentality shifted with regard to nutrition and what exactly constituted healthy eating. So back in 2010, March to be more specific, that's when I got diagnosed, and that's really when I started following more of a paleo/keto approach with regard to my nutrition. And I remember back when I first started it, the first 2 weeks, the sugar cravings were absolutely unbearable. The first 2 weeks, my energy levels were really, really low, and when I went to the grocery store, I would stick to the meat section, and also I would go to a couple of the other sections, but generally I would stick to the meat section. And whenever I had to walk through the aisles, not even walking through them, just walking past them, I was craving absolutely everything that was in the aisles without even having to really look at it. And I found that after 2 weeks, all of those cravings went completely away, and it made it a lot easier. And I've also noticed the same thing with a lot of my clients and patients. Most of the people that I work with, I would say 95% of them, they follow either a paleo diet, keto diet, or a carnivore diet, and for all of them, whenever they get onto it, it seems to be that it's the same thing. The first 2 weeks are really, really bad with regard to energy levels and also craving all of these different foods, and then after 2 weeks, most people, they are going to find that it gets a lot better. And one thing that I have found is over the course of the last 12 years, I've barely consumed any sugar whatsoever. Between 2010 and 2020, pretty much the only time I really ever consumed sugar was at Halloween and at Christmas time, and what I found was I would go for one little fun-size candy bar at Halloween, and that one size candy bar would turn into a binge. And it would be a binge for me. For you guys, it would probably just be a regular day. But overall, that one little candy bar would turn into about 10 little candy bars over the course of a week. So for me, I would get 1 year's worth of sugar consumption in that one week. Again, though, it was only about 10 fun-size bars. And the same thing would happen at Christmas time. At Christmas time, there were so many desserts and snacks around that I would kind of go off paleo, off keto for that one day, and that one day would turn into a 1 week event. And it was the same thing. I would have like 1 or 2 pieces of chocolate at night, and then every night I would be having 1 or 2 pieces, and it would be really, really tough to say no. So one thing that I have found personally is that my sugar cravings absolutely have gone away, and back when I was actually reintroducing it on those 1 or 2 days, when I would on Halloween and at Christmas time, when I would reintroduce it, they would come back really, really hard, and I really had to be strict for the 2 weeks following to make myself get back off of those sugar cravings. So if you are somebody that's craving sugar a lot and you just started something like either keto or the carnivore diet, just know that for the first 2 weeks, those are going to be the worst. If you can make it past those first 2 weeks, just be really strict those first 2 weeks, and then it's going to get a whole lot easier. But you don't want to try and cave in, because if you cave into your cravings, you're never going to be able to kick that sugar craving. So do your best to just be as strict as possible for a couple weeks, and then if you can make it past those 2 weeks, it's going to be smooth sailing from there on out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys have any questions at all with regard to anything that I discussed today, go ahead and ask your questions down in the comment section so I can help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, as I'm going to be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.